Come, come, let's hear the moral story. Come, come, let's hear the moral story.
Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're cracking open a piece of source material that honestly looks like your standard magical fairy tale on the surface. But actually, it's a profound masterclass in family dynamics and conflict resolution disguised as a bedtime story. We're going to explore what happens after the happily ever after by diving into Sleeping Beauty, the Four Sisters. Okay, let's jump right into this. We all know the classic Sleeping Beauty setup, right? The curse, the nap, the prince, boom, happily ever after. But what happens when that fairy tale ending is literally just day one? The fairy Flora hit the nail on the head when she said, "Sisters are strongest when they stand together." And that is exactly what we're unpacking today. Because how do you actually stay united when your family grows? Personalities inevitably clash. And, oh yeah, an ancient darkness decides to crash the party.
Section 1. The Princesses of Rosevale. Let's meet the growing royal family.
So after all that initial magical chaos with Aurora and Phillip, peace finally settled over the kingdom. And during this golden era, their family began to grow. You have King Philip. Picture him with his short, neatly swept back, chestnut brown hair, warm hazel eyes, always looking sharp in those elegant royal navy blue and gold coats with embroidered capes, polished boots, and of course his regal crown. Beside him is Queen Aurora, who is every bit the classic royal, with her long, flowing golden blonde hair and soft, elegant waves under a delicate crown. She's got those gentle sapphire blue eyes and wears these incredibly graceful, shimmering pink and gold gowns with sparkling embroidery and flowing sleeves. Together, they're building this super solid, loving foundation. And naturally, they weren't doing this alone. The kingdom's three iconic fairies stepped in as magical guardians. You've got Flora with her short auburn hair and warm brown eyes, rocking that flowing red fairy gown and pointed hooded cape, sparkling wand in hand. Then there's Fauna, soft silver gray hair, gentle blue eyes, wearing this really graceful green fairy gown with flowing sleeves and a matching pointed hood. And finally Merryweather, with her short white gray hair, sharp bright eyes, in her signature royal blue gown and pointed cape, brandishing a glowing magical wand. These three worked tirelessly to teach the girls about unity. So who exactly were these four daughters?
First up is the eldest princess, Scarlette, the intelligent planner. She is instantly recognizable. Scarlette had long, silky, dark chestnut hair, usually styled in this elegant half-up braid with soft curls. She had these very sharp, icy blue eyes and favored really graceful, deep scarlet and burgundy gowns with silver embroidery and flowing sleeves. Honestly, from day one, Scarlette was all about planning, solving puzzles, and following the rules to a T. Very serious, super organized, and incredibly thoughtful. Now, complete 180 here. Meet the second daughter, Princess Charlotte, the fearless adventurer. Charlotte was all bold energy. She had long, wavy, auburn brown hair pulled into a high, braided ponytail, and bright amber eyes that just radiated confidence. She wore these striking crimson and ruby-red adventure gowns with gold accents and tall riding boots. Because, unlike her ultra-careful older sister, Charlotte was a total thrill seeker. Rushing in, climbing towers, racing horses, she was entirely fearless.
Then we have sister number 3, Princess Violette, the cheerful artist. Violette had long, soft walnut brown hair cascading in loose, flowing waves, woven with delicate flower braids. She had warm emerald green eyes and always wore these elegant violet and lavender gowns with shimmering floral embroidery and airy layered sleeves. She was definitely the creative soul of the bunch. Violette absolutely hated conflict. I mean, she would avoid an argument at literally any cost, just wanting everything to be peaceful. And finally, the youngest, Princess Rosette, affectionately named Briar Rose after her mom's old forest alias. She really took after Aurora, with long golden blonde hair and soft curls dotted with tiny rose braids. She had these incredibly kind violet blue eyes and wore flowing blush pink and rose gold gowns with delicate floral embroidery and sparkling pearl details. Rosette was the kind peacemaker. She had her mom's gentle heart and basically became the emotional glue trying to hold the family together.
Section 2. Sisters Drifting Apart.
So when they were little, these four were inseparable, building blanket forts, sneaking treats, the whole 9 yards. But you know how it goes. Growing up brings changes. The fairies kept warning them they'd need each other one day, but that advice totally went in one ear and out the other. Let's break down their dynamic for a second. Their conflict styles were all over the map. Scarlette plans meticulously, but constantly complains the others are reckless. Charlotte just rushes right in and tramples over those plans. Violette ducks out to avoid the underlying issues completely. And there's poor Rosette in the middle, practically running herself ragged trying to keep them unified. They loved each other, sure, but they essentially stopped speaking the same language, which opened up a massive vulnerability.
Section 3. Maleficent Returns. And frankly, that vulnerability is exactly what a villain waits for. While the sisters were busy bickering, something awful was silently brewing out past the Forbidden Forest. Maleficent was back, and she was terrifying. Picture this. Long, flowing black hair beneath her iconic curved dark horns, pale skin, and these intensely glowing emerald green eyes. She wore dramatic black and deep purple robes with sharp layered collars, literally surrounded by glowing green magical flames. She'd been biding her time in the ruins, and now she was ready to make her move.
Now your precious happy family shall fall forever. That is what she declares as she descends on the kingdom. It was brutal. In one massive storm, green lightning just shreds the sky, dark vines choke the castle. It was total chaos. Maleficent's magic had amplified significantly. She instantly overpowered the fairies, trapping them in these glowing crystal prisons. King Philip and Queen Aurora captured the second they tried to fight back. In a flash, the entire kingdom was plunged back into darkness.
Section 4. The Quest for Unity.
So the sisters barely make it out through a hidden underground tunnel. Suddenly, they are completely on their own. And honestly, watching their home fall from a distance, it completely silenced all their petty arguments. Scarlette, ever the perfectionist, finally admits out loud what they were all thinking. They had no idea how to actually work as a team. But here is where Rosette shines. She steps up and gently reminds them that being united doesn't mean they have to be clones of one another. And as they set out on this insanely dangerous trek to find the legendary heart flame, you actually see this play out. Their differences became their superpower. Charlotte's wild recklessness, it became fearless protection. Scarlette's rigid rule-following turned into brilliant, life-saving route planning. Violet used her artistic magic to heal their wounds, and Rosette kept them emotionally anchored. Suddenly, the very traits that drove them apart were clicking together like puzzle pieces.
Section 5. The Heartflame Battle.
They finally reach the ancient temple. But, of course, Maleficent is already waiting. And she's transformed into this massive, terrifying shadow dragon entirely engulfed in green fire. It is a total showdown that literally shakes the mountains. But this time, the sisters aren't fighting each other. They are perfectly in sync. Charlette is drawing fire, Scarlette is calling out tactical positions, Violet is throwing up magical shields, and Rosette actually manages to free their parents and the fairies. Then comes the climax. Remembering everything they'd been taught, these four distinctly colored princesses literally join hands around the glowing heart flame. Their absolute trust in each other triggered something incredible. The flame blazed brighter than the sun, sending out this massive shockwave of golden light that just absolutely shattered Maleficent's green fire and broke her dark powers.
Section 6. True Magic is Family.
So as the storm clears, Maleficent collapses, completely drained of her power. She's bracing herself for the worst, fully expecting them to destroy her. But instead, she looks up at this family, standing shoulder to shoulder, and whispers something profoundly tragic. All this time, I thought power mattered more than love. Seeing their completely unbreakable bond actually melted a heart that had been frozen by centuries of coldness and isolation. She realized that her own bitterness had turned her into a monster she didn't even want to be anymore. And then we get this beautiful, crazy moment of grace. Little Rosette, the peacemaker, just steps right up and gently hugs Maleficent. I mean, everyone is stunned. The fairies are speechless, but that one tiny, simple gesture sparks a total redemption. Maleficent actually smiles. She finally grasps what family really means. She doesn't just surrender, she actually becomes an ally to Rosevale. It's this incredible proof that the most potent magic out there isn't fire or spells. It's teamwork, it's sisterhood, and most importantly, it's forgiveness. At the end of the day, the princesses didn't save their world by forcing themselves into the exact same mold. They saved it by learning how to weave their wildly contrasting strengths into one unbreakable thread. So I'm going to leave you with this. How can combining our unique differences become the ultimate magic in our own lives? Think about your family, your team at work, or your community. Next time you're frustrated by someone's totally different approach, think about the princesses of Rosevale. Could that difference actually be the exact thing your team is missing? Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and definitely keep leaning into what makes you beautifully unique.